My daughter hasn't even really acknowledged the fact that I'm sick. I'd really like to fix that.
It's kind of full of crap. My mom's a narcissist and mean. Like, her trying to be all, like, softly spoken is different.
This is not her real personality?
No.
Oh, wow. What's her real personality?
My mom tries to be, like, hard, like a gangster, like, you know.
So why are you mad at your mother?
Oh,
That's a
years
loaded
of
question for
trauma.
you?
Yeah, I mean, like, you heard what she just said, the 17 years of trauma, like, my entire life. So, you know, pretty much when I was like 4, almost 5, my mom had left to go to California to pursue a rap career, right? As an adult, I understand. As a child, I felt abandoned because my mom just left.
Got it.
A situation had happened where we had to go to California to live with my mom. So when we had came there, I don't know what happened with her situation, but she started using drugs.
Okay.
Whew, sorry.
No, you don't ever apologize for your emotions. Here you go.
So during that time, we had ended up getting evicted, and I didn't know. I was at school. When I came home from school, there was a note on the door telling me that I was going to have to stay with the next door neighbors. I moved in with them, and they weren't good people. Whenever they would leave, mind you, while we lived there, I was friends with the girl that, you know, I ended up staying with. And they didn't really go to the movies. They weren't really going out to eat people. But when I moved in, it was like, now all of a sudden they go to the movies, they go out to eat, they do things. But I couldn't go with them.
So you got left home.
So they wouldn't even let me stay in the house. I had to sit outside on a bench and wait for them to come home.
You were really left outside
Yeah, I was
alone as a child?
I was 7.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
And the local gang members, again, I was in California. You know, they were really nice. Like, they would make sure that I ate. They would make sure that I was good. And sometimes when I was out there super late, you know, they'd be like, come with us. And they would make sure that I was fed and had shelter and had people around me, so I wasn't just outside by myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I would be able to talk to my mom on the phone, I would tell her, like, they leave me outside. They don't take me with them.
And what was her response?
And she was like, you're lying. Why would they do that to you?
Yeah, okay. Did you ever see your mom doing drugs?
Multiple times.
What was your mother's reaction when you told her you had been abused?
She said, why would they do that?
Got it.
But where's my comfort? Where's my mom that's like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, honey, come here. Something. She didn't do any of that.
Was your mother physically abusive to you?
Oh, my God. Yes. My entire life, my mom has always been physically, verbally, and any type of abuse that you can imagine. One of the times she beat me up so bad, I ran away. I left.
Yeah.
And when I went to my friend's house, you know, they ended up calling the police. Apparently, they had went to talk to my mom first. My mom told them that I did that to myself. But I had her handprint on my neck and her fist marks on my cheek. I had 2 black eyes. How did I do that to myself?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the type of abuse that I was getting.
Yeah. I'm so sorry about that. Did your mother really charge you rent as a teen? I think my producers told me.
Yeah. Ever since I started working at 14, my mom would tell me, ain't no job having this bitch living in my house rent free.
Wow. That's a lot. Everything you're saying right now is a lot different from the woman we just saw in that video.
Exactly. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
What's been your relationship with your mom as an adult?
I don't have one with my mom. I try to make sure that my son has one with my mom because that's not their beef. You get what I'm saying? Me and my mom's beef is not my son's beef with my mom.
Yeah. So are you ever scared that your mother might treat your son the way, or your child the way that she treated you?
Oh no, she's only allowed supervised visits.
Oh, okay. So your mother has kidney failure. Is that what's pushing you to mend this relationship?
No, it's strictly for my son, for him, and for me to be a better mom towards him. I have to heal.
Good. Got it. So what do you want from your mother today?
I want her to stop lying and be more compassionate towards me, and like just be real. Understand that I'm hurting. Please see me. Please have a real conversation and understand that you hurt me through everything that has happened in my life.
Yeah. So I gotta ask you, how do you feel about what was just said?
For the most part, I agree 100%.
Okay.
Some of the incidences, I don't know, maybe I have a lack of memory. Maybe she saw it differently. But I'd like to unpack a few things. When she said that I'm hard or whatever, I had no choice at that time. But I've changed. And I've tried to convey that I've changed multiple times.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What do you tell me all the time? I'm tired of walking on eggshells around you. That's not change.
I have not said that to you in our past few conversations. I own everything. Yes, I was on drugs. I went to pursue my rap dreams.
Yes, you did.
And everything fell apart at home. I was lost and I wanted to escape. Unfortunately, my drug of choice took over.
Got it.
And I was gone. But I haven't done that in 15 years.
Okay, but hold on. What about all the times that you left me on the steps to go and do stuff like that? And you're like, stay right here. But I was so scared of you that I stayed right there until I literally couldn't anymore.
And that was terrible. You're my daughter. I'm your mother. At some point, we should be able to have some form of reconciliation. Whatever you need, I'm willing to give you. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Did you do your best that you could as a mother, in your opinion?
No, I don't think so. Unfortunately, I was a single mother of 4, and I made a ton of errors, bad judgment.
Wait, hold on. I get that you were a single mother, but you had so much help, and you also weren't around to be a single mom for real. You might have been a single mom because you weren't with my father, but you were never a mom.
I mean, that's your opinion.
That's a fact. There's a large portion of my life that I was not living with you. You have not always been a mom. Mom, please stop playing.
What do you mean?
We're here and
She
we're having
lives in the past.
Yes, I do. I can't get past it. Every single time I try to have a conversation with you, it's the same exact
Because
thing. What do you mean?
You get hyper. You start crying.
So I want to say this. Me as husband Charles is in the audience. I want to talk to him. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. First of all, you look sharp. What do you feel about what was just said?
I think conversations need to be had. I love both of them. I love my wife. I love my mother-in-law. What's the most important to me right now is our kid. But
So are you the one that's trying to make sure they mend their relationship?
yeah, so whenever she sees our kid, most of the time it's me who's taking our kid over to see her. I didn't grow up with both my grandparents, so it's important to me for our kid to grow up with his grandparents.
Got it.
But I also want to see these two be able to be cordial. I don't want to have to go over there without my wife. I want to be able to take my wife to my mother-in-law's and be able to talk. I don't need them to be the best of friends, but I do want a relationship to be there because I don't want to continue this cycle of toxicity with the next generation of children.
Got it, yeah. Okay, I understand that. I have to tell you this, because observing this, your husband said something, and in all great attention, because I know you love your wife, you said that you're here because you want to make sure your son has a better life. And you're telling me, your side of the story. But something you said at the beginning is that who was there for you? And I want to make sure I'm here for you right now. Because I got to tell you, Gwenny, I understand what you're saying. But there's a large part of me, and I'm a pretty good judge of character. I don't know if I truly believe what I'm witnessing in front of me. The way that you're saying to me about the drugs and the experience you had, I have complete empathy for what you went through. Because I'm sure you had your own struggles, and I know those struggles were rough. I know what addiction can do to you. I know that being alone with a child at that age, but also working in social services for over a decade, I understand what a child has went through. And when I hear a child tell me that they were left outside, so you're telling me that she wasn't left outside?
In California?
I'm not going to say that she wasn't left outside because I know that what she dealt
So
with
you do know
was
that she
real.
was.
But when we got evicted, Mia was the only one in school. And the reason that I asked the neighbor to keep her is so that she could finish that portion of school.
I get it.
And
I understand what your intention was, but
when
the
I
impact
seen
of
it with
it
my
was
own
different.
2 eyes, I immediately
But it took
removed.
for you to sit with your own 2 eyes
Because
after
I
all of
didn't-
them situations.
Okay, let me ask you
I
another
definitely
situation.
was wrong for not believing you, but
Were you abusive to her? Did you hit her? Because she said.
I hit everybody, yes. I
Okay.
rolled with the iron fist, yes I did.
Okay.
I don't recall the incident
You don't recall that?
Can I speak?
No.
I don't recall the situation where she had 2 black eyes and somebody called the cops.
You don't recall that situation?
Not at all.
The thing
Because
for
I
me
don't
is that I
remember
don't
that.
need that. This only story that matters to me is a story of your daughter telling me her experience.
Okay.
And so.
Well, I need to verify and clarify because, yes, I did hit my children.
I think that's the point that I'm trying to make with you is that even though you're saying, I want to take accountability, I want to move on, and I'm hearing you, true accountability and truly understanding what your daughter experienced is not negating any story that you think is different than yours. Your daughter is telling you that as a child, and you've admitted you were on drugs, things were hard. And I'm not going to take that away from you. If it's so important for you to heal, then why is it not just okay to say, wow, okay, I hear your truth? Why do you have to defend that? Because what happens and what keeps you in a cycle, what keeps y'all in a cycle of her feeling like this boundary where I can't help my mother and not be there is because she feels like every time I tell you my truth, it's always going to be negated. And I've watched on this stage, you've told your truth about your experience and she has not interrupted you to negate your experience. Every time she tells you something that you feel is wrong, you negate her experience.
And you know what? That's what she's been complaining about the whole time. That's been her issue the whole time. I get it.
Then let her get it out.
No empathy or, compassion for a lot of the things that she dealt with.
Yeah.
And, it's sad, but I can't. I'm sorry.
But you will.
Don't.
Because if you switch that from I can't switch the past till I will work on the present, I promise you, things will get better.
And that's what I've been asking for.
I'm
That's what I've been telling her. How come you don't hold me? How come you don't tell me everything's gonna be okay? I'm sorry that happened, but I'm here for you now. You don't do that. You're doing that now, right now, but you don't do that.
I don't, but you brought me here to get better. So
Yeah,
I'm not.
you don't do
What you're
that.
saying is not fake. You know that I want to do the work.
I don't know that.
Okay, well, I'm willing to show you.
There you go. That's it. Now, I know that's not going to heal it. But what happened here today is that your mother has finally heard it. This is step one. It's going to take you some time to
And
believe
I'm willing to put in that as long as God gives me that time.
Are you willing to say to your mom that I hear you and I'm willing to give you a chance to show me?
I hear you, and I'm willing to give you a chance to show me.
Thank you.
And if you can say to her, I promise you, I will show you and be there for you because I know I wasn't.
I promise you. I'm going to show you and be there for you because I know I wasn't.
So I believe it can work out. And especially as you're on your health journey, I think it's important for y'all to figure this out. I
Thank you.
promise you. You're welcome.